I got you. That means I gotta do a whole introduction. What's going on, everybody? This is Coach Dre, the CEO and founder of Steppin On Business, and I want to introduce you guys to a new platform here. It is called the Coach's Corner. So on this platform, I want to interview or get more in depth with just talking to different fitness professionals, trainers, coaches, athletes, clients, anyone in the fitness industry, or even just promoting your own business. So I want to give this platform, make this platform available for everybody to just showcase their talent and showcase what their work is, showcase their cause, just pretty much talk about anything. Only 60 players get drafted to the NBA, and only 250 players get drafted to the NFL. Now, what is it that these gifted players are doing differently? Well, they're either born with a natural born talent, or they're partnering up with a coach, a trainer, a developmental trainer that can get them to that next level. And this episode of the Coaching Corner, I want to introduce you to a basketball, football, developmental coach and trainer. I'm going to introduce of Phantom Athletics, the first guest, Mick Kyle. Can I call you Mick Kyle? Or call you Mick?
You can call me Mick. But for those that are out there, you guys can call me Mikael, a.k.a. Coach Mick, running from Phantom Athletics. So, Dre, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you for your time to be here.
Yeah, first show.
Mikael.
Mikael.
Where does that come from? What background is that from?
Well, I'm Haitian, so it definitely comes from a Haiti.
Yeah, Zos. For my Zos out there.
It is a Haitian background that my family is, supporting. Mm-hmm. But not a lot of people have Mikael in their name. It's really the term Michael in the United States, but it's Mikael in the Haitian culture, so why not switch it up a bit?
That's good. All right. Yeah, I love that. We got a lot of Haitians out there.
We do.
Tap in. So,
yeah.
I made the introduction. I told them the statistics of players making it to that next level, to that pro level, that league. So you are a developmental coach.
Correct.
You specialize in basketball, football. Well, you do it all. You do basketball, football, rugby. Tell them the whole. What is your specialty? What do you do? You specialize in basketball, football. Let the people know.
Oh, all right, everybody. So the whole thing is I do specialize in every sport. Most of my sports are, like you said, basketball, football, rugby. There's also wrestling. There's track. But I also want to target other sports that I have yet to do so. Like there's baseball, there's tennis, there's volleyball, there's including soccer too. I really want to give this program a chance to experience all talents, not just the talents that I'm interested in, but the talents that everyone can get looked at for. So that's just my go-to.
That's great. And then now, talk about the origin of what started this. What made you decide to wake up and say, listen, I want to get these kids to the next level? Because you train like age group, high school, college.
My age group is basically like, elementary, high school, middle school, and college. I don't just train just those people. I train a variety of kids.
All skill levels, all age levels.
Skill levels that want to make it to the next level, whether if they're in school league or whether if they're in the AAU. My goal is to make sure that they see themselves at it, because at a young age that I had it, I didn't really get that expertise. I didn't get training. I just went and played basketball. I didn't know the things behind it. I just went and played football. I didn't know the things behind it until my senior year. I didn't know anything behind the sport. All I just knew was how to play it. And then that was just it. The expertise behind it was just like, get in the gym, get right, get consistent. So what made me start a program for athletes like that is because of what I usually went through as a kid, just to not get that extra help. I just decided, let me make sure that nobody does that. Every parent wants their kid to be successful. Let me be that help. So that way you can see your kid in this college. You can see your kid at another high school. You can see your kid at a private school doing their thing. So that way they make it to the next level and not hold themselves back.
That's powerful. And you brought up a good point. Parents they want to see their kids succeed. So one thing special too, what I realize is that you're keeping these kids off the street, right? So kids being off the street is a really big thing.
Right.
So they have a space to come to, where it's not only they're getting better with their skills, but now you're tapping into a different field where you're keeping them off the streets, because you can see the demographics of our kids day and age. They call, the young ones.
Yeah.
The YNs, they say it.
Yes, they
right?
call.
They're out there. They don't know nothing else besides the streets and whatever the society is telling them that they should be doing.
Correct.
What you're actually doing also, on top of like building their skill set, you're keeping them off the streets where they have a space to come to develop their skills and keep their mind on a certain path. Keep themselves on a certain path to where they're not going down what we say the wrong, well, not even what we say, what it is, the wrong path of what statistically that age group normally goes down.
Right.
So you're keeping them off the streets, which is very good. And also too, your development, you're really teaching them how to take their game of what they are and how to take it to the next level to what is needed in the pro league, whether it's overseas or professional, getting drafted, whatever these kids want to go to.
Correct.
That's very good. High school, college. But let's talk about the knowledge that you're instilling into these kids. You're taking what you've learned in your years of playing and instilling into these kids. So tell me a little bit more about your background. Like, you played, what did you play, college level, high school level, and whatever sport? Tell me your background.
Most of my background basically involved just basketball the majority of the time, because I was so addicted to basketball. At age 10, before we left Brooklyn, I was always, like you said, I was on the streets. I was always not doing good. I lived in Brooklyn. So, the Flatbush area was a pretty tough route back then. I didn't really have much of help with sports until I left Brooklyn, and I decided, hey, let me give some of these things a shot. So I played basketball. I was a kid. I wasn't into fitness. I just wanted to hoop, eat, and be around my family for quite majority of my time. When I took basketball, I was doing more of like street ball leagues. I was doing AAU leagues. I was even trying my best with some outside leagues too. I never played for school because obviously we know how that is. Sometimes coaches are going to take the ones with, real talent and real capabilities of pushing their teams to the next level. And of course, it hurt me a little bit because I tried my best, but I knew that let me see if I can try different sports that will like help me out in my physical abilities. I tried football, helped out a lot. I almost made the basketball team my senior year, but that didn't really go as planned, even though it was this close. However, I enjoyed football more than I had enjoyed basketball because I had more of that physical ability to just like be my own self, be my person, and then just really, take some hits because I wasn't able to do so. I was kind of scared, but I had to do what I did.
Football is scary. What position you played?
Running back and linebacker. Middle linebacker, otherwise known as the Mike.
Two of the most pressured positions. First of all, to be a running back, just expect to be hit a lot. You're gonna be given the ball to run in the middle of the offensive line, and then the middle linebacker is eyeing you the entire time. So first of all, the running back position, it's just scary.
It is. I know that.
You can probably agree to that one.
Well, I definitely can. The amount of times I've gotten the ball handed off to me. I really was very fast, though. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't able to catch until, I got, 20 or 25 yards.
What's your 40-yard dash?
Damn.
What's your 40-yard
To be honest, my 40 would be because I wasn't really one of the fastest, I would say a 4.8.
4.8. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I gotta research to see, how that, where you would be in the NFL Combine. NFL Combine, if you're 4.8.
If I was in an NFL Combine, a 4.8 would definitely at least pass through. Not really for that many fast backs, but the fastest that you would have to get would be a 4.6 or a 4.7 as a back if you're that fast. Other backs that are slower, you could be around a 5.2, 5.3. Maybe.
So to get looked at by the NFL, if I was to be if I wanted to get to the NFL, right, what would my 40-yard dash need to be? What's my time need to be?
I mean, you got to run a lot.
Like, what would my time need to be?
If we were ever to do like, you know, a 40-yard dash time, and if I ever see like you would do a 6 or a 5.5, that means we have to start running a lot more.
Oh, shoot.
But if you want to make it to the NFL, the best thing, it depends on what position you do. Because wide receivers, they're definitely the fastest. You would have to run like a 4 or a 4.2. I could tell that much. That means that we have to stay conditioned perfectly well.
4.2. You gotta be fast.
You gotta be real
got
fast.
Like Tyreek Hill, who set the bar up high.
Tyreek Hill,
Yeah.
Marquise Brown, most of those fast elite receivers. Even Deebo Samuel, I heard he did a great combine. Shout out to Deebo. Deebo definitely ran a great combine, and I know he did a perfect one too. So can't complain. But most of the times, if you want to be like a Tyreek Hill or a Jameis Winston, I was gonna say Jameis Winston. I'm sorry. If you want to be like a, you know, a Williamson on Detroit, a Tyreek Hill, a Jalen Waddle, you gotta really run. Those boys run, and I mean run.
So pretty much what we're taking from this is that you have to work hard to get to this. You gotta be fast, or you gotta be strong, or whatever the NFL is looking for. You have to meet those standards. And speaking of those standards, you are responsible for these kids to making it to these standards. So what is it that these kids would expect when training or developing their skills with Phantom Athletics?
When you're with me, you just gotta know one thing. All I'm gonna do is just test you out and see what you're capable of. And if I know that's one of the most important things that we gotta work with, then that's something that we have to really target. Other than that, we do go over almost everything every single Monday through Friday. We go over footwork, we go over plyo, we go over strength training, we definitely go over some agility movements, we do speed, we do core, we do legs, we do upper, we do everything that targets an athlete's body. But we also now decide to take care of it too, which is why now I finally got the chance to do mobility work. Mobility is an important thing, and for all the athletes that are out there, please listen to this. Mobility is your bestest friend. It equals better movement and better control with your body, especially in the lower areas, because we target those a lot. The way how we running, the way how we moving, whether if you're on the field or on the court, just make sure the number one goal, take care of your bodies before you excel.
That's the most important thing too, taking care of your bodies, especially at that age. And I've firsthand seen the work. Like, you know, we train in the same space.
Yeah, true.
But I'm seeing what you're doing with these athletes, and it's no joke. There's no joke. So you're gonna be getting everything. You're gonna be getting the athletic work. You're gonna be getting the mobility, just as you said, the strength training work. So yeah, you're gonna be getting everything, especially because you're not just starting this out. You've been in the game for a while as far as training. So take me back to when you started training, and then how it developed into Phantom Athletics. When did you notice when you were training? Because from what I've known, you've been training women to get their waist snatched and that dumper dumping. You know? Like Mick would have some clients that you would be training them, you would get your body right. And then I've noticed that you've kind of evolved into like what you've now growing, which is a developmental camp. So tell me a little bit about that.
If we're gonna tell you about that, we're gonna have to go back to when I first started Blink. Oh man. So when I first realized that athletic training was a thing, is because I saw certain things just to really test out the vibe. Like, okay, who's gonna fit? How am I gonna fit training into my sequence? I mean, there's times where I would check you out when you were doing your things with, you know, people, and I just thought, hey, you know, maybe personal training could be a thing. Yeah, Steppin On Business. I forgot we were right up fan here.
Oh no, I wasn't even.
I know, no. You kind of did some of this, but it is what it is.
Like, as a trainer, as a coach.
Yeah. It's a coach. So I remember personal training was a thing that I just took advantage of back in 2021. I didn't really, I wasn't certified for it yet, but I got certified in.
Calling the cops. Nah,
Wow. Got certified in 2022 because I wanted to take training to the next level. I've been training since I was 15. I didn't really want to go ahead and just do it. I just did it to do it and have fun with it. But then I saw more of how you push yourself and how you push your clients to do whatever it is. So it gave me the benefit of the doubt because I know how to train people and I know what I'm capable of. So that's when I signed up and I got serious. Sorry about that. It was a little burp, but it is what it is. What made me really go deep into it was back in like 2023 when we first booked this brilliant space. I had a good run out, and then, you know, sometimes, you know, people just started flopping, doing this and that, saying, yeah, I'll come, and then cancel. It kind of was getting boring to do, you know, the personal training thing. So I decided now, let me flip it over and go to an athletic base because, you know, I'm an athlete. I love to train myself. I love to train people that want to work with me. But now it's just like, let's now, instead of holding that in, let's give that to the generation that needs it because of what we're usually used to. YNs being YNs. But I'd rather them be from YNs to young men. So that way we're literally targeting young men that want to do this work, that want to get better, that want to be in the gym. So it's just a matter of, hey, you have all this knowledge, just throw it at them. And that's how Phantom Athletics was born, because I've seen so much potential in myself and I've given the opportunity to give that to students like Devin, students like Dylan, students like Mark, students like Ant, students like Sage, students like Sean, students like Jamin, students like Tristan, and then the rest is all there because now we're in a community where it's right by your house and it's easier to say, hey, I'd rather be in here than to go somewhere else and do something ridiculous to myself. So Phantom Athletics was born and we're on the road to starting off great things. And we have many, many more people that's about to come and see what we're all about.
Love that. Love that. And he said the big word, which is community. And I know I'm big on community.
Oh, yeah.
So I want you to keep this in your back pocket.
Okay.
YNs to YMs. YNs to YMs. He's turning the YNs to YMs. And speaking of YMs, I want you to, and you were saying some names, and I want you to go deeper into spotlighting your, I would say, your star athletes that you see big future for. Like you mentioned Dylan, you mentioned, so I want you to go through like, who are your, I would say, your notable mentees or your notable players right now that you are seeing a bright future with. Like, what are they doing now? What sport are they in? What position? Where you see them going in the next 3 to 5 years? Like, I want you to spotlight your athletes.
All right.
Now.
So, first things first, shout out Anthony Walters. He's doing his thing in Jamestown right now. Even though
That's a high school? That's a high
That's
school.
a college.
That's a college.
So I do have college players, just to let y'all know. Anthony Walters finished Jamestown. He's about to go pro in the summer. So we just literally having a conversation earlier. So he was telling me that that's the goal. I don't care what nobody says. That's my plan, and I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna get that plan. I don't know which pro league he's going to yet, but once he gets signed in the summer, I'll just be
Okay.
I'll just be very happy for him.
Not to cut you off.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're going overseas or NBA. Like, there's more than just the NBA. You can go to China. You can go to the Philippines. There's so many professional leagues where you can still make money at a professional level. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely would.
What are the other countries that they can make their...
Well, it's funny you said this. Mark, one of my boys, who was trained with me from way before, back in 2024, he's gonna come back very, very soon. Mm-hmm. He's definitely targeting Thailand right now, and he's been putting up monster numbers. I'm talking triple doubles almost every night, 30 ball every game. He's been doing his big one, and he's been thanking me so much for his work, because if you have seen some of the Instagrams before I got all the boys, I was always working with him every Friday doing his consistent work and what he wanted to do, what he wanted to build upon his body, and what did he wanted to do just like going forward. And I remember you introduced me to one workout that was very beneficial to help him out with. And I was like, yo, let me take this and see what he can do with it.
What was that I gave you? What was that?
I think more more of like, it was a core idea because you were doing it with somebody and I had the yellow ball and I was like, yo, you know, if he's doing one of these sit-ups, I might as well.
It was probably the sit-up ball, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sit-up ball. But other than that, he was my go-to guy. He was the reason why I had Dylan. Because Dylan's mom pulled up. Shout out Kai, by the way. She came to me while I was outside doing dribble drills and she was like, can you help train my son? And I was like, sure. First day, came in, I saw him, I tested him, see what he needed help with. I helped him with his handle, I got him bouncier, and I was making sure that his change of direction and pace was at a perfect control. And now he's getting better offers with, you know, some AAU coaches. He's going to be playing in Jersey next year. So Dylan Avant, that's definitely a big shout out that I want to give. Another one, his name is Devin. I do have two Devins, that one's from Bayside and one is from Far Rockaway. Far Rockaway one, I definitely helped seen a big difference in him because he was bigger from before, almost 2 years ago. And now once he came back, he's a little bit slimmer. He has now more muscle.
Seen that?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, it's true. I can vouch to that.
You can definitely vouch for that.
When I first seen him, before the carpet was black, it was red.
It was red.
He was a little chunky.
He was.
I ain't trying to call you chunky, but you was chunky, bro. You was chunky. But when I seen him come back, I'm like, why the face look familiar, but the body look new?
Different.
So
the reason as to why is because even though I helped out with it, most of his dad was doing the work because, you know, now that he had all of what he can do, he now exemplified everything into the game. And just a few months ago, he told me to come to his senior night. I came, I said, what's up to the family? Family texted me like 2 days later talking about, yo, we need to get Dylan back in the, we need to get Devin back in the gym. We need to get him to be more bouncier. And I noticed that every single time that he's always working with me, he's finding a way to say, yo, I've been getting a lot bouncier, coach. I've been almost trying to cram it one time and do all this and that. You know how kids talk, but once I see the results, I know it. So that's my thing. I've been appreciative of him doing what he does because he loves the game, and I know that he's going to take the game to newer heights when he reaches that, you know, plateau.
That's good. And he said, when Devin's saying, I'm getting bouncier, would you say that's like the common goal for a lot of these athletes? They want to get high. What's the common when they be like, coach, I want to get this done? Like, what's the most common question?
What's the common question?
What's the
common question I could say is, coach, I want to get bouncier, or coach, I want to get stronger, or coach, I want to improve my speed or improve my game.
This is more for basketball players.
More for basketball players because that's when they really need it the most. But it can also be for all players too. But I know it's either they want to improve their speed, they want to improve their agility, they want to improve their jumping power, they want to improve their upper body strength. These questions I get. And the answers that I always say is, we're going to test you out, we're going to see what you can do, then we're going to fix it. And once we fix it, we already know that it's getting fixed every single chance it gets. Then they see a difference in their squat, they see a difference in their biceps, they see a difference in their shoulders. And when they go perform, they be like doing so much better 2 months after they're done with this program. For example, I have somebody named Tyler. His name is Ty.
Yeah, keep talking. I'm going to make sure this is not.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Keep talking.
So I have somebody named Ty. He's a great player of mine, even though he usually just plays to himself because 9 times out of 10, he never played for Central, which I noticed. He always played outside leagues. But he's gotten so much better ever since he started with me back in, I'm going to say March, April, between those two. This month actually will make it a year that I've been with the boys. So I remember talking to Ty not too long ago. I was like, yo, Ty, how much better have you improved? He was like, I've gotten a lot better since then. I went to the 24-hour. And I've been doing a lot of jumping. I've been doing a lot of getting to the rack stronger. I've been more physical with my body. I've been more capable of, you know, shooting, taking it to the rim, and people have been seeing that. They've been like, Ty, you got so much better. So what I've done for Tyler was improve his speed. What I've done for, as you see me making those boys run around a lot, I've improved his jumping power. I've improved his acceleration. I've improved his change of direction. I've definitely improved his strength. Because once we were gone and once the boys were gone and it was him by himself, he was doing benching, he was doing shoulder presses, he was doing, dumbbells. He was doing a lot with himself. So I helped him realize that he was capable of doing all of that on his own. And then it helped build his character and it build his confidence. Now I want to see if he's capable of doing more things because he just sent me some single leg stuff. That's my next goal. Listening to your peoples so that way it's understanding, they do it, they try it, and then they excel from it.
That's good. So they're getting everything: athletic work, strength training, mobility, stretching, everything that you need to be an athlete in the next level.
Right.
All right. So teach me something.
What's up?
Let's say I want to be drafted by tomorrow. Like, I'm the draft is not till like no September, August, right? August, right? Because of the summer league. All right, I want to get drafted by the summer.
Okay.
What would you say? NBA. My favorite player is Anthony Edwards.
Oh boy.
Well, no. I'm lying.
Oh boy.
My favorite player. Let me fix that.
It's my favorite player right now. Favorite player right now
is and always have been and always will be Kevin Durant. That is my guy. However, I do notice that he is getting to that age where it's like, all right.
Oh yeah, so.
But he's still putting up some crazy numbers.
Yeah, he's putting up calm 25.
But
calm 25.
When he retires, I know that my next player right now, I'm eyeing Anthony Edwards for me to take over. Like who can be catching my eye attention as far as a player. Now, what would you say for me to get to that level of a ball player?
Oh, you gotta be in the lab.
And what workouts would you give me to make sure that I can get looked at by scouts on a collegiate level? Like, take me through a full week of a workout with Phantom Athletics to meet my needs, my wants, my goal to get to the NBA.
So basically, I would say that it depends on how well you've been looked at and how your name is out there. It's not just by the workouts. The workouts is behind that. It's the level of ball that you play. If you play at an elite level, like you're scoring this amount of points, you're getting this amount of rebounds, you're getting this amount of assists, that's what scouts rather look at than you just going for 50 almost every single night. In order for you to do that, you have to be a well-developed team player. I am just here based off of, the strength part to help you get there. If you have the scouts looking at you, they're looking at you ball. They're going to see the physique, they're going to see the potential, they're going to see the speed, they're going to see the hustle. But that's just me because obviously I'm here to help you every single time, whether if you get drafted or not. But the scouts are going to look at you based on how you ball, based on how you are with yourself, based on how you can bring a team somewhere, based on how you can do anything with a team at all. So if you want to be drafted, we want to make sure we're working with your footwork. We're working with your jump power again. We're working with your speed. We're working with your ball handle. We want to see how you can shoot. We want to see how you can play defense. We want to see how everything is on the court and off the court. We want to know how you are as a team player. We want to know how you're going to benefit the program so that way you're bringing whatever it is from the program to the league, and that way you're excelling from that because you're consistently working. So there's a reason as to why you'll get drafted. You want to be determined, you want to stay focused, you want to stay leveled, and you want to keep pushing everybody so that way they can make it somewhere.
Okay, so I'm going to be getting a lot of work, a lot of like overall work, which is dope. And then you brought up something that was really, really important, which is overlooked at a lot of times, and that's teamwork, right? Would you say, this is my personal opinion, like, it don't matter like how well of a skilled player you are, but
we're back.
So you brought up a very good point, a very good key word, and that is teamwork.
Yeah.
Like, how important would you say is teamwork over talent? Where would you rank teamwork with talent?
Above talent.
Above talent. Because you can be the greatest player in the world. But if you are a shitty teammate, it pretty much just throws everything out the window, would you say?
But yeah, if you guys have ever seen the documentary, yeah, I'm gonna bring it up, and I don't care what anyone really says. If you saw the Michael Jordan documentary, before Scotty, before Dennis, was he winning a championship? No. What did he really do? He was scoring buckets every single time. He wasn't consistent. Everything was, give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball. I'm gonna score this, I'm gonna score that. Remember, before Phil Jackson, coaches was like, okay, Jordan, here's the ball. Phil Jackson comes in. All right, Jordan, your time with the ball is done. And the same thing that happened is the reason why Michael Jordan has 6 championships. Because of teamwork. Because of what he can do. Now, sometimes his teammates didn't like him, but they understood the ways of winning. They understood the way how teamwork is. That's why you have Jordan being talked about more times than ever. That's why you have the Chicago Bulls being mentioned about how their teamwork is like. Same thing with Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant followed Michael Jordan. We all know that. Kobe was being selfish with the ball from time to time until he had players that were very beneficial to him in order for him to win 5 championships. 3 with Shaq, 2 with Powell. Most of them were with Derek Fisher. A solid point guard, left-handed. Solid. We're not talking elite like Derrick Rose, Russell Westbrook, or an elite shooter like Steph Curry. We're talking a solid point guard that can run the offense with Kobe and is very good on the teamwork side of things and knows how to run the ball and get everything going. So when I'm saying teamwork is over talent, I'd rather have that on a team that I would build than have one guy that thinks he's all that and then it ruins everything.
So athletes, you hear it from the coach himself. Listen, it don't matter how many points you score in a game, how many dunks you put in the basket. It don't matter. If your team ethic is shit, the scouts would not give a damn. And then overall, as a player, as a team, as your overall legacy, it wouldn't even benefit. Because if you look at the GOAT himself, he needed a team. You needed to have teamwork in order to achieve the goals and the dream that you dreamed of having. Championships come with team. So it's never a one-man sport. It's always having a team with you. And this is something that you would instill into your team, your players, your
That's right.
It's something that you always instill. Okay, good.
Especially when we get new people that come into our program, we understand there's only one goal here. You know, you got to work together. And once we do, we understand these terms. You're going to get pushed once you enter into this program, or if the people that are out here that's looking at this, if you look into this program and you see the capabilities and how we do our things, we do them as a family. We don't push each other away. I love to bring the new young people in. I love the work. I love what they did. Even who I was just training today too, his name is Jalen Thomas. He's going through fasting, but he decided, hey, let me come here on a Monday. Let me do what I got to do, and I'll wait till like 7 o'clock to eat. Hey, you're fasting. Good job. I love that, and I appreciated that you pushed yourself, even if you wanted to vomit, even if you wanted to like say, forget it, let me drink some water. Even if you wanted to say you quit, you didn't. You just kept pushing yourself, and that's what I liked about that kid. He's from Valley Stream South. He's about to graduate soon, and I can't wait for bigger and better things with that soccer player.
Yeah, soccer player.
Soccer player.
Soccer player too.
I told you that, yeah.
This man really do it all, man.
I told you all of that.
Okay, so now what is the vision you have with Phantom Athletics? Tell me your overall end goal. Tell me your 5-year plan or your 5-year vision of what you are building and your end goal.
So for Phantom Athletics, well, we already have a lot of things in store. As we know, we're starting, our YouTube page. So that's one thing.
YouTube page. Tell me about that.
So basically, ever since when I started seeing the potential of all my athletes, and I started, my content back again, I decided to, let me just take the stride of going into YouTube and seeing how that is gonna help, because everybody in my family is telling me, start a YouTube channel, start doing this, start doing that, see how much more people you'll get. And I was just like, nah, I'm not ready for it right now. It's tiring, I'm doing this and doing that. But you know, I'm seeing a whole bunch of players come out of nowhere from other players, because like I said, it always spreads, the word of mouth, because these kids, they love to do it. So it's just like, you know, you have an athlete, they're gonna say it. When I picked up Sage, Mari, Ty, and Jamin, those 4 helped out a lot because it was a word of mouth.
Those are some real basketball athlete names. I'm sorry. Now,
Wait, hold on.
Those are some real basketball ass names. Wait.
If you really think about it, Mari's not.
When you hear that name, you just automatically think, oh, AAU level, basketball, elite NBA level. First of all, you got the basketball name. Your parents already had it in their legacy to put you in that. You know, my bad.
No, it's okay. But you know what the funny thing is?
You going to the league, brother. Y'all going to the league with those names?
Mari is not even a basketball player.
What is he?
Mari's a football player.
That's still, yeah, see?
He's a safety. He plays for Springfield, Massachusetts. So he's in Boston right now.
That was athletic ass names. y'all going somewhere with those names.
Yo.
I'm gonna just say that right now. Y'all gotta have the athlete names.
They're boys that I picked up at the gym, and they wanted to see what the work was all about. 24-hour.
24-hour fitness.
So yeah, I took them from 24-hour.
How'd you find them in 24-hour?
Because I was training by myself, and I was just looking at them, and I'm like, yo, these little niggas is doing this shit wrong. So I just said, yo, let me switch it up a bit, fix your core doing this way and that way. And they was just like telling me, yo, you a coach? And I was like, yeah. And then it was just from there, I showed them one workout. I told them, where they from? They from Valley Stream Central, so they about to graduate. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So y'all Central boys, all right? So I gave them one killer workout. They was tired, but the one thing that was just like, yo, coach, I'm sturdy. I like this. Yo, I need more. I need more right now. That's how Mari would talk. Mari would literally say, yo, coach, I'm feeling Aki today. Or Mari would just go ahead and say, yo, coach, I'm sturdy. I'm with whatever. I'm just like, yeah, bro, it's time to put you in the work. So they came the next day. It was just like 3 of them. It went from 3 of them to 5 of them. 5 of them to 10 of them. I remember I had 11 one time. And I remember y'all was getting upset when they was taking their shirts off and putting it over there.
Yeah, but because there's women in here. I got the shirts off and shit. Come on, man.
I mean, we was outside. We were outside, so it was just like,
we try to just lift some weight.
You know?
Come on, they got the shirts off. We got grown ass women in here.
My bad.
Y'all over here with the shirts off.
My bad. That was the whole point. I was trying to build a family behind my athletic program, and I did. So, like, you know, there's times where they're going to be like, yo, take the shirts off and do this and do that. I was just like, yeah, it's kind of crazy, but these niggas is sweaty. So now that's when y'all told me, yo, make sure they bring in deodorant. I had 11 players in here at one time. And I remembered, like,
bro,
the race that we did.
Here we go. All right.
Last shot.
All right, so we hear it all. We hear the origin. We hear what the work ethic is like. We hear what these kids are now doing. So what message do you have for those kids out there looking to take it to the next level?
For those that are ready to work and get everything done, I would suggest you just hit me up on Instagram at PhantomAthletic0 or tap in by clicking the link down right here, the subscribe button, so that way you know what to expect and you know what to get out of this if you're willing to make it to the next level. Because as we grow, you grow. And the better you play is the better you work.
Yeah, I like that. And even, again, I want to reiterate the deeper demographic that we're targeting too, also with your training ethics. Like, if for these kids are looking for a program to just get off the streets, we have so many things that we're going through things where programs are taken away from these kids, where they go to school and then they leave school and there's nothing to go to. But Phantom Athletics have a space where these kids can go to not only develop their skills, but they have a place to where they can put their time into after school before going to the next day, because we can get caught up in the streets, and this is a great way to get kids of this age group off the streets. And this is something that's really, really big, where we need a lot of these programs, what we need a lot of. So yes, mothers, fathers, aunties, uncles, you're looking for a space for your guardian to put their mind to take the time away from the streets, to keep them safe in an environment where they're around other like-minded individuals and athletes looking for the same thing. This is the space where they can do it at Fan of Athletics. So get your kids, get your guardians, get your nieces, your nephews tapped into this coach. This is a very good coach. I've seen his work. So this is the space. So this is pretty much it. Mikhail, I appreciate you joining me tonight to really just give all the information that you have, everything that you got. So I've seen the growth.
I thank you for having me.
All right, so yeah, man, I've seen the growth. I'm proud of you, man. Just keep doing your thing, and then I'm gonna, when I see those players make it to the draft, I'm like, wait a minute, I know his coach, I know his trainer.
Yeah.
All right, so this is very special, and I want you to keep going, keep doing your thing, man.
Let's do it.
All right. Any